Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now, this week, I want to talk about the word expert. Okay, a lot of you guys think I'm an expert in doing this stuff. I am not. I am a collector. I just share the knowledge that I have. And you guys are kind enough to share the knowledge that you have with me. And because of that, I get knowledge from all kinds of people that I get to share with everybody, which makes me look like an expert, but I'm not. More often than not, before all these videos that I do, I go and do a little bit of research just to make sure that what I'm saying is true. So it's not necessarily a bunch of stuff that I know off the top of my head. Now, there are people that you would assume are experts that aren't, such as your local coin dealer. Your local coin dealer may be an expert in coins, but that does not make him an expert in currency. I've had a few emails of people discussing different things like this on how some coin shops have currency, but don't really know currency. And that's okay. That's why you want to make yourself familiar with what you're buying and what you're selling, because that way you know what it is. And, well, knowledge is power. If you know more, you're going to be able to get the better deal, and you're also going to be able to avoid the bad deals. Now, this expert title goes a lot higher than that. I was recently at a national show, and there was representatives from all the graders, and I had questions for them. And the particular questions I had are going to pertain to what you're going to see later. And none of them could give me any answers. Most of them thought that I was just making it up or that it was clearly not what I thought it was. Well, you do enough research and you get the answers you want, regardless of the experts. And that's what you're going to see today. All right, guys, here's my 1,000 singles. Let's get these out of the way and take a look at what I found this week. Starting off with a Where's George. I have not seen this one. That's a cool looking stamp. Green stamp there, red on this side. Have not seen this particular Where's George, so I will log that in. Found some trinaries, 1s, 2s, and 7s on this one. 0s, 2s, and 4s here. 0s, 8s, and 7s, and that's neat because they're all together. It would have been even neater if it was 00888 or 00777 because then they'd be ascending as far as the order goes. I guess this is descending if you count 0 as the top. More trinaries, 0s, 4s, and 6s on this one. 0s, 5s, and 6s. This is 1s, 5s, and 6s. And then quads. Quad 0s. Quad 2s. This one's quad 5s. Not quite the greatest shape. Quad 8s on this one. And then I found 5 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 6s as the trailer. You don't find 5 of a kind too often. Quads don't really have any additional value. I save quads trying to match 2 notes. When you start to get to 5 of a kind, that's usually the minimum the average person will save. So whenever I see 5 of a kind, I get a little excited about that. Found a bunch of stars. I'm still not having any shortage of finding stars, so that's good. 2017A on this one, starting with a couple zeros, so potential there. 2017, checking to make sure that the stars are not filled in. Another 2017, also starting with a couple zeros, so that's got a chance at something. Another 2017, once again, double check those stars. 2017 here as well. 2017 with a few zeros starting it out again. Another 2017, not quite as nice. This one's fairly crisp, and it's from St. Louis, so that's good. Another 2017. So yeah, there's not a shortage of stars in my area right now, that's for sure. Another 2017. And this is a 2013, 2013B, a potential doubled note, so I will double check that. 1999, getting to the older notes, 1999 here. Another 1999, much better condition on this particular note. 99 again, not quite as nice. 1995, so getting a little older, checking to see if it's a web note. You can see right here with this locator, if it has this it's not a web note. Web notes do not have a location. This is the section and the bill number in that section, and that's not the way web notes were produced. They wouldn't have any of this right over there. Another 1995, also not a web note. And another 95, also not a web note, has an X. Y is as far as they got, so that's pretty interesting. And the oldest note this week is from 1988A, also not a web note, but the oldest note of the hunt. So that's what I found this week. What did I bring out? Well, I saw Blue Ridge Silverhound talking about this. And when I saw it, I decided to see if I couldn't find one, because I've had numerous people send me emails about it, and numerous people asking me questions about it, and I really didn't have any answers. And after going to the show and asking questions and not getting any answers that way, then I saw Blue Ridge Silverhound's video, and I decided I wanted to pick one up. What is it that I'm talking about? Check this out. This is a 2017A $1 Federal Reserve note. You can see right here, it does have a little bit of handling. You can see on the top, it's not crisp. It's not the newest note. It is the newest note. It's a 2017A, but it's not uncirculated. This note is circulated. Do you see anything special about this note? This note is a contamination error note. That's the way that Blue Ridge Silverhound, I believe Sean, is what he had called it. A contamination error. What is a contamination error? Well, they had recently changed the presses. I want to say it's the LEPE or LEPO press. LEPO press is what I think it is off the top of my head. And this particular press has the potential for black ink to get into the green ink when it comes to doing the serial numbers. So you have a nice bright green serial number here, and when you go to this side, it's black. It is a black serial number. Now, I have gotten numerous messages over the last probably year about this particular error. The first time I found it interesting, but I had no information to give on it. The second time I was able to at least refer back to, no, this isn't the first time I've heard of it. So I had two different people make suggestions about this particular note or ask questions about this particular note. And I have now seen pictures of multiple notes. And this is what I can tell you about the notes themselves, okay? They're from the 2017A series. They're all from the Atlanta, the F block. They're all from the FC block specifically. And the lowest number that I had seen was 0192, if I remember right. And this one is 0197. So that doesn't leave a whole lot of room for the amount of notes that could be out there. That is why I wanted to pick one up. I checked a picture that I had versus the one that Blue Ridge, or that Sean on Blue Ridge was showing. And Sean was actually showing one that was on eBay. So I went on eBay and I went to see if there were any other ones, and there was somebody asking $2,500 for one of the notes, and I believe that one was actually graded, and I wasn't going to pay that much for the note. But then I saw that he had mentioned the price was anywhere from $80 to $150 for these notes, and I actually found the note that he was talking about. He showed this exact note for his thumbnail and said that it had sold for $80 on eBay. Well, when I was on eBay, I looked it up and I found this, and it turns out that seller backed out of the deal, or there was some kind of issue, or not the seller, the buyer backed out of the deal, and the seller decided to relist the note, and I picked it up for the $80. I got it for that just because, like I said, I've had so many people ask questions about it. When I went to the national show, none of the graders could give me a definitive answer on this. And then lo and behold, Blue Ridge Silverhound says, oh yeah, it's the new LEPO press, LEPO press, where this can happen. So this would be a new legitimate error. You're not going to find these in any other years. And until they correct the process, this may be the only time that these are going to get out. Now, considering how few of these are in the spread that I've seen, I can't imagine there being a lot of them out there. And for however many that are out there, the average person doesn't look. So the vast majority of these are going to get sent back. If the Bureau of Engraving and Printing knows about this, they may have their scanners looking for this when the notes come back in, so they could be getting pulled very easily. All I'm saying is that this is an error that hasn't been seen before, and there aren't very many of them. That's why I wanted to get one. Now that I have seen enough to convince me that this is a genuine error. So this, like I said, they are calling this the contamination error. The green inkwell got contaminated with black ink, causing this to have a black number. And apparently there is, I don't want to say a rainbow, but there is, it does go from black to green as the well cleans, or as the well clears. So you can find these in different types of shades, but obviously you want one that would be black. So that's what I've got for you guys this week, a contamination error, probably one of the earliest finds for one of these. If you learned anything new this week, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. I love reading your comments. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.